Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Lee Majors once again, and I'm here. Today's topic for the next 12 minutes is going to be, how can I say? It's going to be music industry, black business, and family, and corporate and industry secrets. I want y'all to subscribe to the Verse for Verse channel. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get on with this shit. Right now, it's about 1,700 hours. Hopefully I got my military time right, but it's 10:17. Anyway, I just wanted to speak on a couple of topics and a couple of things, that I've done experience just in business and just with people, period. You know what I'm saying? By the way, as far as the introduction to this shit, I want to really get out of the way on what my channel is all about. All right? For one, I work for myself. Two, I love martial arts. I promote, the fighting arts, the war arts and shit like that. Three, how can I say? I promote other different people who are artists, musicians, a lot of the blue collar Americans that work with their hands, a lot of artistic shit that you're gonna see on this channel. Live shows, my content is gonna be very vast and very multi. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be interviewing different people. Also, occasionally you'll see me put different fighting sequences up here so you can learn how to defend yourself and everything. Also, just passing on knowledge that a lot of stuff, a lot of experiences and storytelling and shit, hopefully you can learn from this. Just passing on information, man. That's about it. But also I use this channel to help promote other people's platforms and also to promote, to promote and advertise myself. And I put money into my shit, my own money, okay? So I don't try to do that fugazi shit that other niggas be doing. Or that you have, excuse me, for being too street, other practitioners of business, which they call themselves promoters or whatever. I'm not scared to put money into my own thing. You know what I'm saying? You have to put the money where it needs to go at. So I'm just letting you know. You subscribe to the channel. It's a lot of things that you're going to learn about independent business. There's a lot of things that I can share with you from my own personal experiences, as far as from a local standpoint. Now, as far as international, you got cats like Dame Dash. You got cats like a lot of other different, the underground, how can I say, Wall Street Trapper. You got cats like, how can I say, already said Dame Dash, but one of the white cats, Cordon, Gordon. I'm gonna do some lookups on them, on where you can actually look at and study these cats, because they lay the game down on what you're supposed to do. And it doesn't matter about, it doesn't really matter about skin color or any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just about learning something and applying knowledge. You can tell a person all day until they actually apply it and put that shit into motion. You know what I'm saying? It's just a vision. So if you want to materialize that shit, you have to put in the work, and then you have to have a boat shitload of patience. Because the process of why you building your shit, it's a lot of rules and a lot of, codes that you have to learn along the process. All this quicker shit, that shit is out the door. So I just wanted to go on ahead and just get that up out of the way. This is what my channel is for. So you may see anything from barbershop life to talking about finances, to talking about black family homes and shit, and from stories that I done been through. I'm a man of many hats, and a man of many acts, and a man of many different experiences. How can I say? If I was to show you my resume on all the work that I've done over my years, it's not enough. It's not enough to fit on 10 sheets of paper. So I done had to, you know, I done had to be many of things, and then had to hold up many of things, and to maintain many of things, and then rent many of businesses, you know what I'm saying? And then made a lot of motherfuckers a lot of money over the years. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. Well, anyway, today I just wanted to sit back and talk about, you know, how cats, you know, when they have visions or they want to get into the game or whatever. First, I'm gonna get onto the music because, and then like it's certain underlying things that I'm gonna say. So if it goes over top of your head, just come back and think about what I'm saying again. But for the respect of other people, you know what I mean, even though they asses deserve to get blasted, I'm not going to, you know, say their names. I'm just going to talk about the fucking situations or whatever like that. But, you know, I have certain cats, you know what I mean. Well, first let me say this. I did music. I put out records back in the early 90s, you know what I'm saying, late 90s, and then early 2000s. I say about 2010, I didn't retire, but you know what I'm saying, due to other different things that were going on in family life, I stepped away from the business, you know what I'm saying, and started doing other things. So some of the time you have to step away from what you love to do in order to fix the foundation of something that you need to fix. So I had to handle family business, you know what I'm saying? But the whole time while I was rebuilding the hand and family business, you know, I had different younger cats coming up around me that wanted to become rappers. I got brothers and shit that wanted to become rappers or whatever. And I always would sit and tell them, the game changed, but the foundation remains the same. And, you know, young guys, man, you know, when you're in your 20s and your 30s, motherfuckers act like you can't, you know, that you can't tell them shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, you could tell them something that works, but as family, especially, you know, when you got younger brothers, they think that they're in competition with you. So he thinks, you know what I'm saying, that his way is the way and his way is not the way because he's not building the foundation correctly. He trying to be on some speedy shit and it's not good. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about today on how the way you handle your business. All right, with how the way that you handle your business, you have to have your infrastructure right. You have to have a blueprint and you have to have your plans written down and you have to deal with each objective accordingly to how the way that you want things to play out. Now, all right, you got the total mission. And then you have the objectives to complete the mission. Some different objectives that may be on the list may take you 3 or 4 months to do, depending on how you lay out your whole campaign on what you want to do. Because certain shit requires funding. Certain accidents may happen where you have to go back and double up and reinforce some things or whatever. And this is all the in-between shit that actually happened. But the main thing is that you're supposed to stay on mission and you're supposed to be able to hold that focus until whatever it is you're trying to build get done. These cats don't want to do that. They don't want to sit up there and be patient enough to see things through all the way to the end. Now, most of the success that I had was because I was consistent. And people always try to set traps or different situations will come up and I will have to make contingency plans, you know what I'm saying, to counteract those things. So I always had to think ahead, at least 10 steps ahead or 100 steps ahead. Yo, the possibilities of this happening, I will have something for that. Or the possibilities of this happening, I will have something for that. Because every general or commander or, you know what I'm saying, chief executive have to think ahead of time. We have to think of all the possibilities of something going wrong. And then we have to come up with contingency plans. Not saying that we can predict, but it's a part of the prep before prep when you prepping for different situations. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just sharing how the way that I militarize my responsibilities and how I think to balance all this shit out here. You know, I done mentored a whole lot of people. I mean, dude, I sit and I tell the young motherfuckers all the time, foundation is key. Learn the foundation of whatever it is that you're trying to learn. Oh, you old niggas, you know what I'm saying? Old this and old that and calling us old. But I tell them this, how the fuck you think we got old? We was young just like y'all at one point. How you think we got to the level that we got and we're still intact? Was because we had to think about things carefully. And once when we understood what foundation was, we had to start building it. Because it don't pay, you know what I'm saying, to be on top for 5 minutes or to be at the top of your game for 5 minutes. Everybody wants to have a good, healthy career. You understand what I'm saying? Especially in music or whatever. You know, I came out with at least 16 consecutive motherfucking albums. I done sold over 60,000 copies, you know what I mean, out of the store when I was at Cluck Chicken in College Park. You know, I got documents of all my shit. I got receipts and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I made a lot of my money off of the streets. You know what I'm saying? And this was the time where we sold CDs out of the trunk. You know, at this particular time in hip hop, you know, the South, you know, Master P and all of them was doing the shit, you know, and the movement was happening. A lot of the underground artists was making money. We were throwing our own shows. I give you one example, right? Guys call themselves promoters. And I'm not going to get too vocabulary technical with the shit. So I'm going to say it where you can understand it. If you are a promoter, just like Floyd Mayweather or Al Heyman in boxing, you're supposed to put up your own money when you do a show. You're supposed to promote the show. You're supposed to put up your own money. The money that you put up is operational costs for the guys who you are hiring to be able to do the show. So if you got any artists that's sitting up there that's going to open up for you, you have to pay them. The average show to put on for sound crew, a DJ, whether you got girls that's going to act or however you may set that up, right? It's about at least between $3,000 to $5,000. And that's locally. We're not talking about international. That's local. To do a show is like putting up a boxing purse. Because in order for champions to go up against each other, Floyd Mayweather can tell you, or Al Heyman can tell you, they have to put up money for the other fighter. They get the kickback, and I'm just using this as an example. They get the kickback for the ticket sales, like how they will receive money at the door for a local show. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever pay-per-view or advertisements or whatever that have to happen, they get money from all of that shit. When you do a show, you get all your money back from the door. Whether you break even or not, that's not on anybody else for anybody else to pay for that shit. That's on the fucking person who's promoting the motherfucking show. And niggas is calling themselves promoters and they not putting up any money. They're making the artists pay the freight. And that shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool. Now, this is the conversation on just the music part as far as rapping and shit. When you are a local rapper, okay, you're not going to make industry paper. So you might as well, all that fake it till you make it shit, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You got to start from the ground up. You got to start flipping. All right? So you got to start putting up your own money. In my career, I put up $100,000. And that's just local. That's just through advertisement. That's just through advertisement. That's not talking about, you know what I'm saying, paying people. Now, when I made money back from my shows, every show that Lee Majors done, I got at least between $2,500 to $5,000 for every show that I've done. And I've done hundreds on the local level, performing at the same place. I ain't had to go out of town or nothing. The way how I did it was I used the momentum. So when I was down College Park, I actually turned Route 1 into a Vegas-like strip and put money into the town because I understood economics. I understood where you had to actually put money into an infrastructure and a platform. This is before the fucking internet. Just before the fucking internet. Now at this particular time, I was cooking and running a restaurant. So I used to cook and I used to run the restaurant. I would sell my records out of the restaurant. And I didn't have to go nowhere. I didn't have to go to New York. I didn't have to go to LA or whatever. I had fans, people who were a fan of my work would fly from LA, Texas. And I'm talking about these are rich white people who I met in Maryland University in College Park. Or some of the students would fly their fucking parents out to come see me perform because the way how I had shit set up, that it, my shows, they catered to everybody and for everyone. But it still was the black hand side. It wasn't whitewashed or watered down or nothing like that. It was just everyday people being around each other. I represented the fucking working class that runs America. And I campaigned my shit, like a politician. Self-educated, all of that shit. People don't know when you're an MC, you have to gain the respect of the people within your motherfucking area. And that's what I did. And I try to tell, my family this. And I try to tell the young bloods this, but them niggas don't want to listen. They look at the ending result of niggas blinging or whatever. Let me tell you something about the rap game, dude. It's all fugazi. Fugazi. Fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? All this glitter and glam, that's not the real shit. The music business is the music business. The show business is the show business. The music business is the music business. The show business is the show business. I was telling my brother, I said, yo, build your motherfucking catalog up. Get your publishings and shit together. Make sure that if someone was to come get you $1 million contract, that you ready and you have enough material to spread out there and that you dot all your I's and cross all your T's. But you just can't make it off of one motherfucking song. That's not gonna happen. It's a million niggas out here that want to do this shit. What makes you special upon any of them? But I will say this. When you have laid down your legacy and you have done tremendous things and you have done shit for the community, which I have, I could go back out right now and I have 4 hours worth of material that I can perform and do local shows and still make some money as an MC. I own my whole catalog and I still get residuals for work that I done because people sample my shit from 20, 25 years ago. So this is what I'm saying by crossing your T's and dotting your I's. All right. So this is, this goes out to anybody that want to go into the music business or they run their business or whatever. You have to put money into it. I put 10 years worth of money into promoting my product. I set my ass in one place and put 10 years worth of money into it. I spent like $10,000 to $12,000 a year as far as what was humanly possible. I didn't use no drug money or nothing like that. I worked. But I just militarized the way I did things, within managing my money and my cash. And I also rapped at the same time. And I had a good, healthy 18-year run, you know what I'm saying, almost 18, 20-year run in my career. I was pushing to go international, but when I actually found out all the bullshit that you have to go through and all the industry demons and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, nah, you know what I mean? I'll stay making MC money. So throughout my whole career, I done made over like $400,000-$500,000. But that's $500,000 that I made throughout the course over a 15-year, 16-year period. If you understand what I'm saying. Because if you add the money up between the shows, the CDs, and then the job, and then everything else, you know what I'm saying, that's it. But out of that money, I had to pay people. I had to hire a lot of people to get a lot of shit done. Because one man can't do everything. And the sooner y'all have that understanding that you have to run this shit like a business, then the sooner you'll start to see results. You know what I'm saying? So you had to pay producers. You had to pay certain different people. You know what I mean? A lot of niggas is addicted to the fame. You know what I mean? Like, I like to entertain people and like to, you know, help people boost their intellectual cognitive patterns. Meaning, you know what I'm saying, make them motherfuckers a little bit more smarter so they can be conscious and survive more. That helps society as a whole, and it helps us all economically because they're getting something out of the game. If you spend your money on me or whatever, you have to walk away. That's, you know what I mean, whether doing a show or sitting down with cats and talking to them, when you walk away from Lee Majors, dude, you're going to walk away learning some shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because I've done it. I've done it, and I have the adequate experience. It ain't nothing that I haven't touched. You know what I mean? And it's not about I, but straight up, my work, it ain't nothing that I have not done that I haven't been successful at. I just didn't have no news cameras and shit there to bear witness to the shit. But I've done the impossible with the bare minimums. With the bare minimums. And that's how I know niggas be bullshitting. Because in this business, you have to be relentless. You dig what I'm saying? And in this business, you have to be consistent. And consistency beats out talent. The more consistent that you are, I don't give a fuck if it take you 10 years. You know what I mean? If you slap water for 10 years, eventually if you slap a hard-ass object, it's going to shatter. So it's conditioning, bruh. We had 22 minutes. I'm going to come back with a part 2. But this is a little bit that I'm just touching on with the industry or whatever. We're going to pick back up on this. All right? Go to part 2. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Verse 4 Verse Inc. Lee Majors. Peace.